All right, the Tao Daily Tarot is just around the corner. Here's a little heads up I always do for you. We're going to be focusing on the never-ending story, otherwise known as your life. And at this point, as we head into eclipse season, this is amazing. We have two twos and two queens that are exactly the same. A Queen of Cups, a Queen of Swords, a Two of Cups, Two of Swords. Decision, head over heart. Which way do you go? We're going to talk about that coming up in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you for being here, whether you're a first-timer, long-timer, cross-watcher, makes no difference. You are more than welcome. While you're here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell. That'll put you on the list, and you will get the daily tarot feeds, because I do a brand new reading every day, 365 days a year. So, again, thank you. Your support is critical. I'm moving a little bit more slowly in growing this thing, as I had hoped, but nevertheless, you guys are there, shoulder to the wheel and all that sort of stuff. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. So, for the first-timers, what makes this tarot reading different from other tarot readings? Well, it's archetypal. I only use 8 cards. That's it. 8 cards from 4 decks. And the reason I just use 8 cards generally, there are exceptions, but generally only 8 cards, is the fact that the Tao is a very simple, direct path. So I keep it simple. 8 cards, 4 decks. I focus on energies, the energies of coming, going, pushing, pulling, the stuff that you're dealing with all your life, because things are constantly, stop and think about your life. Things are constantly coming in, things are going out, things are pushing you, pulling at you, especially you got kids. So it's a situation where I read the energies. Think of it as an energetic weather report. You know, if you live in an area where the climate is somewhat variable, you could have sunshine today, clouds tomorrow, rain or snow or hurricanes, tornadoes. Doesn't make any difference. There's a combination there for most of the planet. And that being the case, you want to know what the weather is like today so that you can prepare. Well, that's what I do with this tarot reading. It is an energy report. We take a look at the energies that surround the planet right now. It affect everybody. But the way these energies are expressed in your life is different from somebody else's life. So I'm not doing predictions. I am doing an energetic weather report. You take your life, put it in the energies. It gives you the power, gives you the control to more successfully maneuver your life. Also, I do something called the hyper shuffle. I'll show that in a moment. And I try to get the reading in about 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, somewhere like that. Not longer. Again, it's the Tao. It's simple. But it's also time situation here that I'm focused on. You have a busy life. You have things to do, people to see, things to get done. That's just the way it is. So a 10, 11 minute, maybe 12 minute read, you can fit in your life very easily. And that's the whole point. I want you and I to talk tarot all the time. And I make it as easy and direct as I possibly can. I give you the power. Alrighty, I mentioned the hyper shuffle. Got this pack of cards in my hand. Let's do the hyper shuffle. So there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's reading. The overall energy of this energetic weather report, the oracle card is Never Ending Story. Now, we got this card a day or two ago. What this tells me is that we are headed into the eclipse season. In fact, the new moon in Taurus, just a day or so ago, opened up the season. And we got that full moon coming up at the end of the month, and then the new moon solar eclipse coming up in the middle of June. We are hitting into the eclipse season. So the story hasn't changed for you, probably. Still going on, but you want it to change. The eclipse season should help you do that. Because right now, you are caught in a spin cycle. And nothing is really changing, not the way you want, and that's creating a little bit of frustration. Let's go to the energies of coming and going. We have the Two of Cups. This is the decision, right? At least in old tarot readings, that's what it was, the decision. Could have to do with love, could have to do with self-love, or making a decision about something that you love. Alrighty, but there is a decision, and we just talked about the fact that the never-ending story. You want more connection in your life. You want more love in your life. Could there be a love coming into your life, either a person or a thing, something that you're really connected with or attached to? Yes. Yes. But there's a decision that has to be made. And again, the eclipse season, I think, will fire that up pretty well. While we're talking about decisions, here we got the Two of Swords. That is the other card in the coming and going department. And that energy says sort of a decision again. Yeah. The Cups, the Two of Cups says it's an emotional decision. Two of Swords says it's an intellectual or mental decision. So at this point, you put two twos together like this, and it says that you are deciding what you're going to decide. You know, you have to. There has to be some kind of decision made. But the question is it going to be made with your head or your heart? And at this point, it's a crapshoot. Don't know. And that's part of, I think, what the eclipse season will work out for you. We move now to the energies of pushing and pulling. We have the Queen of Cups. Again, we're talking love. It could be self-love, love of someone else, love of something else in your life. But love, attachment, is a motivating factor. And I would say with the Queen of Cups, I think this is the most loving card in the tarot deck. Everybody would say the Ace of Cups, but Ace of Cups is the beginning of the journey. Queen of Cups is almost love incarnate. She just really has that vibe going. And it may be loving yourself or loving your life first that is on the agenda. That's still what you have to work out because, again, it's a combination of intellectual or emotional decision. You're really kind of caught in a conundrum. And the final card here, by the way, in the energy side of pushing and pulling, the Queen of Swords. Fascinating, because it has to do with your thoughts, what you're thinking, what you're saying. And what's so fascinating about this whole read up to this point is that you see on either side of the Oracle card, you have swords and cups. Swords and cups. Okay? The twos, Two of Swords, Two of Cups, tells you there's a decision. Head over heart. Which way are you going to go? And this just emphasizes it when you have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Again, swords and cups, swords and cups. Is it going to be head over heart or heart over head? Therein lies the decision. Therein lies the never-ending story. Okay, you're caught. And because of that, this cycle just keeps repeating and repeating, and you're really going nowhere at all. Alrighty, we go to the first magnifier card. It is the High Priestess. Very important because maybe this indicates, since it's a head over heart or heart over head decision, maybe you just kind of push both of those options aside and use your intuition. Which in the end, intuition is really a combination of swords and cups, your emotions and your thinking. What you need to do is use your intuition. Don't singly focus on your heart. Don't singly focus on your mind. Blend the two. That will give you some intuition, and that's really, really important. And the other magnifier card, Seven of Pentacles. You're evaluating at the things that you value in life, not just money, but anything that's of value to you, of importance, of significance. And you're saying to yourself, do I continue? What really is important? It's more of a questioning card. Do I continue? Do I stop? What's important to me? What's not important to me? And that's really sort of kind of where you are, because you understand at this point there is potentially a pretty big job ahead of you. This is the reason, by the way, I today pulled two cards from the vice versa deck, one going forward, one going backwards. We begin with the Six of Cups. That is forwards. So there's something from the past, someone from the past. This is a card of nostalgia, remembering someone or something from the past when when you were more in touch with your heart, where you were more in touch with your joy, your happiness. And then the other card, right along with it, is the Two of Cups. Again, Two of Cups, but in reverse. So this goes back again to this idea right from the beginning, where we were talking about the Two of Cups and Two of Swords together, head over heart, head over heart. And at this point, you are in a quandary. And you're not getting a whole heck of a lot of help in any other direction because, again, you're talking Swords and Cups, Queens this time. Two Queens like this may mean there's some sort of a competition. It could be between people, but it could be between ideas in you. Which way do I go? And that's very difficult right now to figure out, and that's why you have, at this point, a never-ending story. It just keeps going round and round and round. You want a new beginning, but so far, you're just stuck in the middle. I believe very strongly that with this new moon in Taurus, it just was passed a day or so ago, that set the stage for the full moon eclipse coming up at the end of the month and the solar eclipse coming up in middle of June. This is a very changeable time, and I believe that is what will break this conundrum. Head over heart. You will know, I'm sure, by the time we hit the 1st of July. Let the eclipses sit in just a little bit. Very, very powerful read. A little bit confusing, but isn't that kind of what your life is right now? A little bit confusing. The eclipses will shake things up in a positive way. There you go. That's the read. Please remember to like, subscribe, share if you can, and certainly join me tomorrow for the next Tao Daily Tarot. If you can't, you know where to find me, of course. And until we have another time to sit down together and talk tarot, I wish you blessings.